The big companies, they just don't care. To me, it doesn't make any sense. How are they staying alive, afloat, if they can't pay bills?
Martin Engster, Marine Corps veteran and founder of Centerline, has grown the company into a leading CNC spindle repair and manufacturing powerhouse.
We're required to pay bills. The credit card doesn't care what your financial situation is. They want their money within 30 days. If not, you're getting a percentage added on. So how is it that these large companies can get away with doing that to small companies?
What's up, everybody? This is Ryan Van Ornum back with another edition of the Milpreneur Podcast, brought to you today by Synergist, which is your scalable operations company and helps you grow exponentially faster at a fraction of the cost. Go check out Synergist.com. Today, I have Martin Engster on with Centerline. How are you doing, my friend?
Doing well. How about yourself?
Man, if I was any better, I'd be you, man. You got all kinds of cool stuff going on.
We try to stay busy over here, that's for sure.
I love it, man. Well, I want to learn more about what you got going on with Centerline, but first, I think it kind of gives a good representation and understanding of where you came from. So tell us a little bit about, your Marine Corps days, man. Where you got your start with all of that.
Well, honestly, to be honest with you, it actually started before then. I was born and raised in Germany. My father was in the German Navy. That's where he met my mother when he was on float up in Norway. So I'm kind of this mixed breed of German, half Norwegian. My dad met a gentleman and kind of followed his roots to, and when I say roots is the area that he was born in Germany was the American sector after the war. So yeah, he went to, looking for something here in the United States and chasing the cowboy way. So that kind of brought us over to the United States. My parents both, and with me as well, we did the whole family citizenship. However, my parents got their citizenship and I did not get mine. And so we called up and we're like, hey, what's going on? What happened to me? And they said, well, Mr. Engster, you're 18 years old now. You are your own family. So you start from beginning. So after a 10-year ordeal of trying to get my citizenship with my family, with my parents, they kicked me back to square one. With that being said, I got frustrated and I joined the military to follow my dad's footsteps. He was in the Navy, so I had to do the Marine Corps just because, yeah, it called to me, that's for sure. So that's kind of how I joined the military and the Marine Corps from there. My son is now serving as well. He'll be 22 in December. But yeah, he'll be third generation here at Centerline.
Man, that is super cool. Third generation at your company and third generation in the military. That's amazing, man.
Yep. We're definitely pretty proud about it. That's for sure.
Well, and that's the thing. It's like it builds, like the military has this lineage that has been built. There's people that have been 7-8 generations in the military. My father served in the Navy. My grandpa was in the Army. My great uncle was in the Army Air Force. So I totally understand about the lineage, and it's kind of cool to be able to be a part of that. Do you think it's helped the way that you have crafted your business at Centerline as well, with structure and everything?
Yeah, absolutely. You have the military structure of, the hierarchy or whatever else. We definitely have that here. And we've got several other vets that work here as well. So it's just, there's definitely an understanding that, doesn't have to be spoken, which is always great and always helps out as far as, getting stuff done.
Absolutely. Tell the audience more about what Centerline is.
So what Centerline is the best way to explain it is we're a mechanic shop for CNC machines. So in other words, if you have a fancy CNC machine and you take the spindle out of it and close the door, it still looks like a fancy CNC machine, but it ain't going to do anything. So just like a car, you close that hood after you take the motor out, still looks like a fancy car, but it ain't going to go nowhere.
Right.
So what we do is we repair the actual spindle inside CNC machines. We go anywhere from as small as 1 pound, 1-inch OD, to we do 4,000 pounds. That's usually kind of our max size. And that's for the aerospace industry. But we've got customers all the way ranging from GlaxoSmithKline, which uses the small spindles, to circuit board, to dental, to aerospace, to Stellantis, you name it. I can name drop all day. You get the idea,
Absolutely.
So that's kind of one of the things that we do. What we did from there is, over the years, in the beginning part of the years, We ran into old spindles that, just like makes and models of cars. Eventually there's no more support or aftermarket parts. So what we did is we started with a small machine shop of being able to manufacture or reverse engineer certain parts so we could make those parts for our repairs. Fast forward to COVID. COVID came around, which kind of, put everybody kind of in a oh no, what are we going to do next? And we were in the same situation. Excuse me. And manufacturing was down a little bit. When manufacturing is down, machines are down or aren't being used as much, which means we're not getting a lot of business. With that being said, we're like, well, wait a minute, let's take a look and see what we've got and see what we can make happen from there. So we started looking around for other places to manufacture parts for. And we ran into a couple companies that needed our assistance or needed some parts or whatnot. We were happy to do so. And during COVID, we actually grew. We actually started growing our machining parts in the back, our manufacturing, and are now supporting several different companies as far as their parts that they need. So there's the second leg. The third leg that we have goes back to the spindle roots. Was we have several different companies that we represent from Germany. Again, that's where our family, friends, that's where our roots are from. So Dad has had plenty of contacts over the years, and we represent several different companies here in the States where we can actually help you make the right choice as far as when you're designing your own little tabletop CNC or even your bigger CNCs. We can see what we can help out and get put together for you.
That's fantastic, man. And it's pretty cool to be able to see that growth, in like that uneasy time of business, like when you go back to COVID, you don't know what the world's going to be like. And you guys grew out of that. That shows a lot
Yep.
about your business character,
Yep. Yeah, but we definitely did our due diligence. I mean, we paid our dues. We definitely had to do some, some changes here at work and everything else, structure wise and everything else to make it a thing. But yeah, we manufacture parts on a regular now. So it's that part is actually growing pretty good, which is always nice to see.
So that kind of leads me into another question. Like, how do you stay in front of industry trends with what you got going on? Like, I mean, you pivoted a little bit with what you were talking about there. Is there anything else that you've done that is like, hey, we want to be on the tip of the spear of this?
Yeah, we try to. I mean, that's the kicker. Like, when it comes to manufacturing, you still need your CNCs, you still need your machines to whittle away on the parts to make the end product of whatever else. We've seen a lot of the 3D printing coming around. We're kind of getting our toes wet in that aspect as far as manufacturing goes. But that's it's not manufacturing is not it's our newest addition. So we're trying to make that learning curve and kind of get to that. But along the same lines, we go to a lot of different machine tool shows around the area as well. We go up to Chicago, we go California, we go to the East Coast, the West Coast, whatnot, to kind of stay ahead and see what's going on and see what's kind of going, what's coming at us. And I was pretty nervous last year. I want to say I was at a dental show up in Chicago called Lab Days.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been going to it pretty regularly. And I've seen over the years that there's more and more of the 3D printing coming in. And then from 3 years ago to last year, I want to say was one of the biggest, like, oh boy, this is getting extreme now. When
Yeah.
I saw two out of no, let's say 3 out of 5 machines were 3D printing machines.
Mm-hmm.
And I was sitting there going, oh boy, this is coming quick. This is
Yeah.
coming really quick. And I went to it this year and it flipped back. We went
Interesting.
back to more of the actual seeing the spindles doing the work and not just 3D printing. So I don't know if we did a step back in that realm of 3D printing or not, or if there's a bigger windup coming and we're about to get knocked out or whatever. But I don't think we're there yet. I really don't think that the capabilities are quite there yet with the 3D printing as they are with just straight up old-fashioned style CNCs.
Sure. I was going to ask, is it more of like longevity thing with the parts being made from the 3D printing, or what do you find that attributed to?
I mean, in all honesty, that's the only thing I could think of. I mean, you're melting layers on top of each other, And just like anything else, wherever there's a seam, that's your weak spot. I
Right.
mean, just is what it is. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm that far. I'm not an engineer, so I'm not sure how to answer that question. But that's the only thing I could think of.
No, you're good, man. And that's what I was kind of thinking too. Like, but as one of the things as you're running a business, like one of the things that I see so much, the aspects that business owners kind of overlook, especially when they begin to scale and grow, is like this culture aspect to it. Like how do you develop such a strong culture with what you guys have?
Well, we're German. I mean, we're the family here, the Engster family. We're a very tight knit group. We try to make sure that our guys are well taken care of. We're also a small company, so with a small company, we have a lot of leeway, but we have a lot more connection with our guys than you do when you have a larger company.
Yeah.
I mean, it just is what it is. You're looking at, I mean, just look at high school days. You always have your little cliques.
Right.
Any school that's got more than 100 kids in one class, I mean, you've got your own cliques, and that's all it is.
Yeah.
When you've got small town classes and you've got 10, 15 kids or 20 kids in one class, you're pretty much, those are your friends for life.
Yeah.
And I think our culture here really is we've got the military, we've got our German stubbornness, or whatever you want to call it, our family bond, if you will. And we definitely try to make sure that our guys know that too. We do things together, we hang out together, we do events together. And it's not work related. It is completely different.
Yeah.
We'll for S&Gs, we'll get together.
Yeah.
So, there's not, hey, all of us, we're going to do this. No, it's like, hey, we're doing this. You coming? Yep, we'll be there at this. Sounds good. It's a family, like it's a family ordeal.
I love it, man.
So I think that's what's really helped us over the years. I mean, we're 31 years going strong, and I don't see that changing anytime soon, especially with my son coming in,
Yeah.
learning the ropes and doing everything, starting from the very bottom, working his way up. I mean, me and my dad, we were just talking about the other day. Mind you, my dad is 80 years old and still comes to work every single day.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So with that being said, I mean, at the end of the day, when my son is done with his training and everything else, he'll probably know more than the three of us combined. So, which is going to be great. It's just, it shows that the company is growing in a good way. And I think that's our secret, is our family.
I love that, man. And like as a like would you consider yourself a small business? Like
Yes.
okay. So with being a small business, do you think that there's unique challenges that are happening in today's like economic, that are
Yes.
impacting you economically?
Absolutely, 110%. I mean, we're the biggest change that we see, and we see it all, and we've seen it over, our 30 plus years of doing business, is the larger companies keep changing just as an example, keep changing their terms. So big companies, they tell you when they're going to pay you. So,
Right.
okay, you've got terms set. Our company terms are net 30 terms. That's how long we can play bank, because that's, our suppliers will let us be, usually 30 to 45 days. Well, there's always, we got to get the supplies. Once we get the supply, I mean, it takes time to get the stuff. The clock is already ticking to pay our suppliers.
Yeah.
And then by the time we get our product sent to our end users, the time is, like I said, the clock's already ticking. So at some point, we're already playing bank.
Right.
Well, we're a small company, so playing bank is difficult,
Mm-hmm.
and it can be extremely difficult. Then you've got large companies, like big companies. We all know
Mm-hmm.
who they are.
Yeah.
They come in and they say, "Well, hey, our terms are now changed to net 90." So I've got to play bank for over 60 days, and I've got to tell my supplier, "Hey, I can't pay you until I get paid," because I mean, there's our pockets are only so big.
Right.
Even with profit that we make, our profit is taken away from playing bank, just
Right.
like a credit card. What is your interest? 24%. Well, I mean, our interest might not be that high, but it's still a certain amount of percentage. So
Sure.
now when you're talking about our cut is, what's the average profit margin? 4 to 10% for a mechanic shop. Okay. Well, now we're playing bank for 90 days, and that's costing us 7%. Well, that cuts into the bottom line a lot.
Sure.
And the
Sure.
big companies, they just don't care. And what to me doesn't make any sense is, how are these places staying awake? How are they staying alive, afloat, if they can't pay bills?
Sure.
we're required to pay bills. I mean, the credit card doesn't care what your financial situation is. They want their money within 30 days. If not, you're getting a percentage added on.
Right.
So how is it that these large companies can get away with doing that to small companies?
Yeah. Yeah.
That part is what sucks.
It's crazy,
it's
man.
difficult, but it sucks.
But the thing is, you guys have been navigating this for a long time, and you have those trusted relationships with people that they're going to come back to you year and year, and that's what it sets you guys apart.
It does, definitely does. Like
Awesome,
I said,
man.
We've been doing it for a hot minute.
I love it. Hey, one of the things that we do here on Milpreneur is we like to get to know the owner a little bit more personally in a rapid fire type of questioning. You up for that?
Sure.
All right.
Absolutely. Go for it. Let's
Cool.
hear it.
Do you have like a book that you're reading or a podcast that you're listening to? Like what you got going on?
Book that I'm reading. So my father actually wrote a book a little while back, and it's called, oh my gosh, of course, now I'm drawing a blank. His first edition was called Hunting What Else? So he's got another version of it out already. I've been reading it for a while, and it's fun. It's fun reading some of the stories, and I've been kind of adding some of it as well. So maybe the next edition is going to have one of my stories in there. So I've been kind of working on that lately.
Very cool. Hey, do you have a bucket list travel spot that you want to go to?
Fifi Islands.
Fiji or what?
Fifi Islands, the Islands.
Oh, nice.
It looks like the Avatar movies. I mean, where the rocks come out of the ground.
Yeah.
I mean, it's never been there. I've only seen pictures, and I was literally just looking up prices for next year, maybe making that trip. So
awesome, man.
Definitely bucket list item, 100%.
Heck yeah. Are you an early bird or a night owl?
I would definitely say I'm a night owl. I do not like mornings. Early mornings are terrible. I think an alarm clock is the devil's, just because it's I mean, you're in peaceful slumber sleeping, and then you have this blaring thing that wakes you up. It's just, we have alarms for tornadoes. We have alarms and we have an alarm to wake up to. I mean, that's just it. The word alarm itself is just that. It's terrible.
I know, right? Do you have like a historical figure that you could have dinner with just to pick their brain or something like that, like living or deceased, that you would want to have dinner with?
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, awesome.
Absolutely. I mean, I've listened to his stories so many times and read some of his stuff, and I've been in the same room as him several times, but I've never actually spoke to the guy. So Arnold Schwarzenegger has been my bucket list want to meet since I was a kid.
Awesome,
I mean,
man.
Truly.
Very cool. So, like, what type of beverages are you drinking? Coffee, tea, soda, energy drink? What you got?
Morning times, it's usually my cup of coffee. I'll have 2 cups of coffee, and that is about as much energy that I like to dump in. Other than that, I drink a lot of just water.
Awesome, man. Very cool. If you had one superpower, what would that one superpower be?
Oh, man. Teleportation, probably.
I love it, man. Very cool.
Fun. Be back in the morning after the alarm goes off.
To the Fifi Islands.
Yes, that's right. No kidding. That's just one stop, man. My bucket list is forever long. I want to see the world. There's no question about it.
I love it, brother. What's one skill the military didn't teach you that you had to learn fast when you took over running Centerline?
People suck. I mean, you're always with your guys and everything else. And yeah. It blows my mind sometimes how some people are just oblivious to some things, and it's just, whether it's, you're taking your car to get detailed, or nobody takes care of your stuff the way that you do. Nobody cares. And that has definitely changed over the years, but back in the past, it was always a pride, again, back to your question earlier about culture or whatever else for Centerline.
Yeah. At
the end of the day, we're putting our stamp on it. This is our stamp. This is my company. This is what we are. And if I give you this, I know that it's good. I know that my quality is there, and you don't get that from many places anymore. You just truly don't.
I love it, man. A couple more. Do you have what's on your workout playlist, or what gets you bumping, man? What do you got on there?
Modern rock, man. So, I mean, I like anything from the old Limp Bizkit, got some new stuff. He just came out with a new song just a little bit ago. I like the old My Darkest Days, Hinder, that era, the rock music. So one of my friends is actually the lead guitarist off of Hinder. So
sick.
I grew up with listening to them back in college and everything. So it was really neat. Yeah, they got a little place in my heart.
That was one of my favorite bands. They still are on my playlist.
Yep, they're awesome. So Mark King, that was actually one of my really good friends for a long time. Now he's I think off the East Coast and whatnot. So he's doing he's a professor at a college, I believe, teaching
What?
music. He
That's
was the
cool.
only one. So he's the only guy in the entire band that actually has a music degree.
That's insane. That's awesome
Oh,
though, man. Very
yep.
cool.
Cool guys.
If you had like a cheat meal, do you have a cheat meal that you go to, man?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, pizza is always a good way to go, man. Pizza,
That's a good
pizza,
call.
pizza. Love pizza.
That's a
Good
good
stuff.
call on that, man.
Pizza and pasta. I should be part Italian.
Dude, well, you made it through our little rapid fire personal side stuff with flying colors, man. Well done. Good job, man.
Cool. Appreciate
Awesome.
it.
I got a couple questions we're going to wrap up, okay? So
Cool.
if you could time travel back like to when you were going into the Marine Corps, like what's one piece of advice you'd give yourself?
Be prepared because it's gonna suck. I mean, there was, and that's I think that's part of I think any military guy you ask them about boot camp always sucks.
Yeah.
But I mean, Marine Corps boot camp is a whole different animal.
Oh yeah.
We're different than everybody else. There's
Yeah.
no question about it. And it was a culture shock, no question about it. However, looking back on it, it was the greatest time of my life. I mean, there's zero. I can say that easily without any hesitation. I mean, the pride that you get, the way they break you down, the way they build you back up. It's yeah. Just the only thing is you're gone from family and everything else. And again, I've always been a big family guy, so being gone from my family was extremely tough. I know it was for my son as well. I got all the letters from him.
Yeah.
So it was the same scenario. For us, it was being apart from family, but stick it out. That's it. And it's surprising what a person can accomplish if they just don't give up. And
I love
that's
that,
it.
man.
Just don't slow down. One foot in front of the other. Keep moving forward.
Semper Fi, brother.
Devil dog.
I love it, man. Conversely, where do you see yourself in about 5 years, man?
Well, I'll still be here. I'll be doing the same thing as my dad's been doing. In 5 years, I still expect my dad to be in here every single day. I'm going to work alongside him and my brother and my son until I would say the big book from the guy upstairs and my name comes up. So until that day, I'll be in here. There's no question. This is my second home.
I love it. I love it. If people are interested in your services, how can they get a hold of you, my friend?
Best thing is website. Website is centerline-inc.com, just like our website. And just reach out to us through us there. Facebook, we're on there. YouTube, we're on there. Whatever. We're around. Just look us up, Centerline.
Awesome, man. Martin, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on the Milpreneur Podcast today. Thank you so much for being a part of it, my friend.
Hey,
awesome.
Thank you. You take care, okay?
Absolutely. Once again, Ryan Van Ornum signing off for the Milpreneur Podcast. Until the next time, stay blessed, everyone. Take care, everyone.